It's about that time of year again. Rosé season is upon us. And the first bottle that a lot of people are going to grab is Whispering Angel. But you're definitely missing out on some stellar bottles if that's the only rosé that you want to purchase. Whispering Angel is essentially the benchmark Provence rosé for most people, but there's a lot of other great rosé out there that also comes from Provence. Provence is the oldest wine region in France, dating back to 600 BC, when Greek settlers came to mainland Europe and brought their culture of wine with them. And funny enough, those first wines that were made in Provence probably weren't that far off from the Provence rosé that we're all used to today. You see, ancient winemaking techniques didn't involve long maceration, so wines were probably pretty light pink in color, and a lot of them were probably pretty dry, just like the Provence rosé of 2026. Now, that doesn't mean that Provence has always been only a rosé region. For most of its history, Provence has produced all kinds of wine. It's really only been since 1977, when the appellation of Côte de Provence was established, that rosé became the standard for Provence. The modern style of Provence rosé, pale pink, easy to drink, light, and crisp, isn't a mistake. It's a style that producers have been refining for the past few decades to create a consistent, specific product. And perhaps no wine more famously represents Provence rosé than Whispering Angel. For many people, when they think of rosé, and not just rosé from Provence, Whispering Angel is that rose gold standard. It's clean, it's refreshing, and it's lightly citrusy and strawberry-y. But let's be real here. It's the marketing team behind that wine that really does most of the heavy lifting. Without the branding, this stuff would just be another pink drop in a sea of rosé. So, since summer is creeping up on us again, let's take a look at 4 Provence rosés that I think are more interesting, better values, and more worthy of your hard-earned cash. Dude, that Puini Montrachet at the bar last night was dope. I'm gonna order a case from Empire right now. Oh no, man, it's out of stock. No, I don't know when it's gonna come back. Let me call you back. Why are you in my house?
I'm the ghost of bottles past.
Yeah, hard pass. Get out.
When bottles vanish from the page, this button serves to quell your rage. And when the wine returns once more, an email you shall get for sure.
Oh, well, actually that helps. Thanks.
You're welcome.
If your favorite bottle is out of stock on EmpireWine.com, click the green Notify Me when this is available button, and we'll email you when it's back. First, let's start with something at the same price point, which is just under $20. X Rosé, spelled AIX. This is from the sub-appellation Côte d'Aix in Provence. This wine, compared to your average super pale pink rosé from Provence, is a little fruitier and a little darker. You'll find more red fruit notes like strawberry, raspberry, and watermelon, backed up by a little bit of rose floral lift and a saline edge. Next, another bottle from Provence that's right around the same price point as Whispering Angel, but I think just a better value all around. That's going to be Pomponnet Rosé. Pomponnet Rosé is that pale pink style of rosé, but not quite as light as some of the other stuff on the market. This wine has a rounded mouthfeel with peach, apricot, and melon notes, backed up by just a touch of herbaceousness and a softer finish than a lot of other super high acid light styles of Provence rosé. I think this wine has more character than Whispering Angel, and it's worth paying $1 more. Still under 20 bucks. Next, we're gonna come down a little bit in price to something right around $13, and this is actually one of my favorite Provence rosés. This is Mimi and Provence Grand Reserve. Now, this is a bottle that I've loved for a long time because it's a little more complex and a little bit more layered than a lot of rosé that you'll find at the $13 price point. This wine has notes of strawberry, raspberry, white peach, and citrus with a really crisp, clean finish. Even though you're saving $4 or $5 by buying this bottle instead of Whispering Angel, you're getting a more complex, rich, and interesting wine. And finally, the 4th of these bottles is Jolie Follet Rosé. Right off the bat, one of my favorite things about this wine is that it comes in a 1-liter bottle instead of your standard 750. Now this is pretty similar to Whispering Angel, but a few bucks cheaper. This wine is really light with strawberry and watermelon notes and a really mouth-watering light finish. These are just 4 of my favorites, and there's a ton of Provence rosé out there, so not only am I going to link to these 4 bottles down in the description, I'll also put a link to all of the Provence rosé that we have on offer. Now don't forget to share this video with a friend, because wine is always better when you're sharing it with someone else. Anyway, that's going to be it for me this week. Adios!